This is Mainstream Metaphysics with your host, Nick Newmont.
Well, hello there. It is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. Welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics. As always, well, sometimes I'm not Nick Newmont. I'm Merlin. But at the moment, I am Nick Newmont. Thank you for watching. Tonight is a special night. And look who is with me.
Hi.
It is Audrey. Thank you for co-hosting because we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Merlin, and Merlin can't direct Ed. And by the way, really good shout out to Ed successfully streaming and bringing in Alexandria, who will come in a moment. And we are in the studios of Conejo Valley Talk Radio. Happy to be here. In a few days, it will be officially summer. It feels like summer already out there. Geez, it is warm. But that's what we've been waiting for. Really thrilled to have Alexandra on tonight.
Me too.
Because of what we're doing this coming Sunday at the Newmont Center. Saturday, yes, good Lord, Saturday the 22nd. But first, this coming Friday, we have a full moon. It is 6:08 p.m. this coming Friday here on the West Coast. What are we doing for the full moon?
We are having a party. Like, it's going to be a full moon celebration. So this time it's a strawberry moon, and if you want to bring a strawberry sort of festive treat, it'll be a potluck. It'll be at our home, and it's going to be a party atmosphere, but there's still going to be that part where we're letting go of things and having that celebratory moment that have been there know so well.
And if you haven't done a full moon ritual before, it's really about the culmination of the moon cycle and letting go of habits, patterns, or behavior that doesn't serve you. But if you do come to the strawberry moon, full moon, please don't, and we're going to show our age a moment here, please don't bring any Strawberry Hill wine. It was god-awful back then, and it's god-awful now. That's a high school reference. Ed's back there laughing. He knows what we're talking about. Oh my. Boone's Farm.
Hi, Bridget. Hi, Becca.
Hi, Bridget. Thanks for watching. And just a quick note, and we'll jump forward. Keep in mind that July 13th, Saturday, July 13th, is the psychic panel at the Newmont Center. Inanna, Gina Ann, Mary Elizabeth, and myself. We look forward to that. And by the way, this full moon, the reason, look, your friend
I love my
Cheryl.
Cheryl Vassar. I saw her name on there. I was like, there's my girl. Hi, Cheryl.
This is a Capricorn full moon. And so the Capricorn moon is the toughest of all of them. And so with this full moon, with the sun in Cancer and the moon in Capricorn, it's really going to be about the balance of life in terms of emotions versus career and things like that. But this full moon is an opportunity to really look at the bottom line of things because Capricorn is Saturn. So this full moon is about being realistic as you look at yourself. That's what this one is really. And you may find that this Capricorn full moon, that people are, maybe they're not feeling so festive, or maybe they're moody, because the moon is ruled by Cancer. And when the moon is in Capricorn, which is the opposite, which is Saturn, people have a tendency to be kind of,
I've been seeing that with some of my friends and clients.
And we are building toward that full moon in a few days.
If you come to our little celebration, we'll pick you up, dust you off, and have a little bit of fun with you.
And give you a little whack. Snap out of it.
Hi, Hugh and Gloria.
Hi,
nice
everyone.
to everybody join us.
Yeah, thank you. So, all right. So that's the full moon. And this coming Saturday, we once again are hosting with Alexandra, Merlin, Alexandra channels, then I come in and channel Merlin, and then we both come in and channel together. And Ed, bring in Alexandra. Why, there we go. Hi, Alexandra. You're up in Lake Arrowhead? welcome to the show.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being on. So well, first of all, I can't speak for them. I can't speak for Audrey. I really enjoy co-channeling with you. It is so much fun to do that, and it's you and I did that. It was an idea that came together, and it was like, let's do this. And the first time was unbelievably great.
Yeah.
And for the audience to witness spirits commingling, through us, it's fun, and I really look forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Alexandra, I want to ask you a question. I was thinking about this today. People ask all the time, what do you get from the spirit guides? Because you and I are human, believe it or not. And I know that when I'm talking to spirit guides, I'm not just talking to Merlin. I'm talking to a multitude of different angels and spirits. Golden Arrow is a culmination of spirits. So how often do you refer to your spirit guides for information and messages?
All the time. Every day. All the time.
Right. And
yeah,
do they...
I talk to them. Yeah, I talk to them and ask them questions, and they give me feedback that I hear. Yeah.
And
I never don't talk to them.
How often do your guides start to talk to you without you asking them questions?
Unfortunately, all the time too.
I expected
Mostly in the shower.
Yes.
When
Where
I'm
do I
taking
get
a shower, the water pouring down on me, that's when I get what I call my major downloads. When they will just throw information at me, I'm showering, right? I'm all lathered up and doing my thing, and they're giving me this information, and it's usually information that just blows me away. And I ask to retain it, and I do retain a lot of it. And then I'll usually have a shower, and I'll share with you, my husband, what the download was. Sometimes I'll write it down. Sometimes it's for other people, so I'll text that download to them. Yeah, so I get a lot in the shower, but also when I'm texting or talking with people, they'll give me downloads as well for them while I'm talking to them.
Fascinating. It happens too. When I'm in the shower, I not only get information from them, but I know who my clients are that day, and I get downloads about the people that I'm going to work with that day. Also, yes. You ever want to see Nick get aggravated? And I've found a way to finagle this, is bother me when I'm taking my morning shower. It does not go over well.
Luckily, we've been together 24 years now. I know better.
Right. No, and I also know that who's where and who's left the house and all that. It's like, okay, I can safely go shower now and not get interrupted. But yeah, the shower is great because it's not just the feel of the water, but it's the white noise of the water too. That is so calming. And I've never asked you this before. Do you have a certain water temperature that's perfect for you, that creates the best environment? I mean, we're talking about showers,
No.
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
How about
some
for
people,
you?
Warm, not hot, warm. That's when it's the best. It's almost like body temperature, so it matches.
It's funny. I've never thought about that, or have I even noticed. I just think anytime I think, in fact, I'm going to say this about Golden Arrow, telling on them, they don't care what I'm doing. If they have something to tell me or to give me a download, it'll happen anytime, anywhere.
Well, and to be with that, a few years ago when in a more somber situation, when I was driving Audrey to the airport because it was a matter of days when her father was going to pass, her aunt who has crossed over was talking to me while I was driving the car. And so that's a little tricky to be talked to by them, and they need your attention. And there were very specific messages, right, that had to be passed on.
Yeah.
Do this and do that. So
Wow.
do not do this while operating heavy machinery or driving. Right. Here, you take the wheel. you want to drive here.
Hold on 1 minute. Let me pull over.
Right, exactly. Or, we're driving a spiritual Tesla here.
Yes. Yes. That's when you need one of those cars that drive themselves,
Yeah,
so you can just sit there and get your downloads and talk on the phone and whatever.
You're completely checked out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, and for a lot of people that watch the show know who you are. Bottom line is how have you been?
Really good. I'm juggling a lot of balls right now.
Right. Obviously,
but
behind
it's
you
okay.
have your cross to bear.
Yes. This is
Actually,
happens to
that's
be
her
where my
store. You're at your
This is
store
my
right now.
store.
She got an amazing store up in Arrowhead.
Lake Arrowhead, Alexandra's Emporium. If you're in Arrowhead, go see her. It's a really great store.
And that wall of
this
crosses is so pretty.
Yes, thanks. I sell a lot of crosses, and spiritual people who come in my store, that I've known for a long time, or that have seen me, at your events and stuff like that. They've questioned. They look at the wall of crosses, and I can see it in their head. Wow, she has crosses. Why does she have crosses? She's not Christian. And here's the thing. I love the look of crosses. I have crosses in my home also. I just love the uniqueness of them. And crosses nowadays are very unusual and very different. Let's see if I can go like this so you can see the crosses that are there.
Yeah.
So I only have them because I love them. Well, I have no affiliation one way or the other with them.
If I may add this, because of Jesus and Christianity, people assume that the cross represents that. But the original cross has to do with the cross section of the four angels. The archangel, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael. That's the original symbolism of the cross. But a lot of people don't know that. They associate that with the crucifixion.
Yes, exactly.
And it's funny that they would hold that to celebrate something that was like a torture for somebody.
I know. Well, you go back.
I like your version better.
I mean, I have a little gold cross that's on where the chain where I have my crystals, but it's angelic, not meant to be that kind of representation. There's hello, Ellen Barnes. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Ellen.
So we, the collective, you, me, and the collective, we have a lot to look forward to this coming Sunday at our center. Saturday. I keep saying Sunday. Good Lord, I don't know why I'm doing that. It's because someone texted me the wrong thing. Now I have to wipe that out. Yeah, Saturday the 22nd from 11 to 4. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of fun. Ish. Yeah, you said ish. Right. Yeah, once the third level between the two of us and the collective gets going, that's why it's ish.
Yeah, I can go
late.
Yeah.
And you guys
Yes, exactly. When Golden Arrow and Merlin get going, time stands still, so to speak. So sometimes we've gone till 5:30 and 6 o'clock, right, Audrey?
Right. Because when they get on a roll, there's no
Yes.
stopping them. And if the message has a lot of continuity to it and it's all flowing, and then of course people don't want it to stop.
And then the questions keep coming. That one time we went a little late was because of my question at the end that had a long response from you.
It's all good. It's all good.
Powerful moment for me. You know, I'm just going to say this real quick. Alexandria, Golden Arrow, when I'm having a moment, they're the ones that I go to. They straighten me out really quick, and it's always, I mean, every single time you've just been amazing for me. So if you are going to join us on Saturday, have your question ready. I mean, if you've got something that's pressing, it could be any question whatsoever. And if you've got a question for either one of these two, you know, that's the time to ask. And it's on Zoom as well.
Yes. So it live at the center. In fact, might as well say this. It's $100 to attend live, and there are refreshments, of course, and it's $85 on Zoom. So if you want to attend via Zoom, you know, whether you're a friend or client of me or Alexandra, get in touch with one of us. And also, I should say this too, Alexandra, you do private sessions, right? You know,
Yes,
from
all the
wherever
time.
your location is. I
Yes.
guess it's a good time to say this. How do people get in touch with you, Alexandra, if they want a private session with you?
So the best way to reach me is email, and that's Golden Arrow Channeling, the number 9 at gmail.com. That's really the only way that you can reach me by email. You can call my cell phone, which is 951-315-8170. I pick up all my calls, so you can call me. And the sessions, we can either do them by Zoom or we can do a FaceTime on my cell phone. Most of the ones that I do when I'm in Mexico, I do on FaceTime, and they work out really good.
Sure.
And the sessions are like $125 for the session, and that can go anywhere between an hour and an hour and a half. And then I'm doing some, group sessions. And if you're on our email list, let's see. To be on our email list, email me on goldenarrowchanneling9@gmail.com, or you can call me, and that way you can see where I am doing events around the country, because I do a lot of the expos around the country. And I'm doing some Zoom classes. I'll call them classes. I'm doing 4 and 6 class segments at a time. The next one that I have that is coming up is Journey to Your Soul, where Golden Arrow is working with everybody on releasing and letting go, shifting cellular memory, so that you can listen to not only your guides and teachers, but your God self, your soul. So that those are classes that are coming up, and they are on Zoom.
Yes. So, and people get on your email list and contact list and all that. You know, you are, even though you don't work at the Newmont Center, we have a handful of people do, we consider you one of our networking friends of the Newmont Center.
Absolutely.
You know, you're a big part of us, even though you're not there physically. So
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that too, because I like to be involved in the center, you know, when I'm in town. I don't know if you guys are going to be having a summer event or not at your center.
no, we're not. We're not going to do a big expo yet. Hopefully, in 25, we'll do a big expo.
Okay. Yeah. I want to say too that coming up in a few months, Hugh and I are going to open our home to like a weekend retreat or a 4-day retreat where Golden Arrow will be working with everybody there. It will be open to 4 couples, 8 people, and because we have that many bedrooms. And we're also planning next year to do an expo down there in Mexico, which will be fun.
Oh, so we'll have to think about
I've
that.
been waiting for that. Yes,
Yes.
that would be amazing.
How,
Yeah.
approximately for the viewers, where is Todos Santos when you go into Mexico?
This is Baja, Mexico. So this is just below California. And we are 70 miles north of Cabo. So we're right at the bottom of that big arm that comes down
Right.
from California, the Baja Peninsula. So we're all the way at the bottom, just 70 miles north of Cabo, Todos Santos. It's a cute little community growing by leaps and bounds, unfortunately. But we love it there. We're just a block from the beach. So the retreats that we're going to have you will have some trips to the beach.
So if we get on a plane from, say, LAX, how long does it take to get down there?
So it really depends on the airlines. But if you take a straight through flight, it's about 2 hours and like 5 minutes. I fly in and out of Ontario Airport, which is the San Bernardino area.
Right.
And there is no straight through flight, no nonstop flights from Ontario. There's a layover in Phoenix, but the layover is a couple hours. So it takes about 6 hours with that layover to get down there. But it's a nice flight. It's from Ontario to Phoenix is 45 minutes or 55 minutes, I think it is. And then from Phoenix to down to San Jose del Cabo, which is the airport there at Cabo, San Jose del Cabo. It's about an hour and 50 minutes. So it's just up and down, really.
Right.
It's not bad at all. And the flights, they have great rates depending on the airlines. I know Southwest has really great rates.
We could go right out of LAX.
Oh, yeah.
And go straight down.
Yes.
Alexandra, I've noticed with the spirit guides, and especially dealing with Merlin the way I do, they go through phases where they are thematic, all right? Where there's a topic that they're bringing up repeatedly. And so it's a message. So the question I have for you, is there something that Golden Arrow has been hot on recently that not just for you, but tell the people this?
Yes. Emphatically, yes. Oh my gosh. Today they were giving me downloads of what they wanted to talk about at your event coming up on Saturday. And right now, because of the world, the environment that we're in the world on our planet, Golden Arrow is doing a lot of behind the scenes work, I'll call it that, from my own perspective, where they are rapidly shifting people's outlook and minds to, using my words carefully here, shifting people and opening up new areas of their thoughts. I guess that's the best way to put it. And the world, not just in the United States, but in the United States, we have our own mirror to other countries on our planet. And those other countries are mirrors to us regarding economy, regarding how people are seeing what is going on in their particular neck of the woods, so to speak. So now that they are doing this behind the scenes, it's kind of like, I want to relate it to the harmonic convergence in the 70s when the planet, when Source, all that is, brought into our planet and laid down an energetic field that and a vibration that shifted people's thinking and thoughts about how we live with each other, how we get along or don't get along, how we criticize and judge, all the mirrors that we are to each other. So this behind the scenes work that I call it, that they're doing right now and have done in the last 3 to 4 years, they say, they're chiming in here. In the last 3 to 4 years, they've been very active with shifting cellular memory that people are holding on to and releasing and letting go of that to open to the more of what is transpiring on our planet. You and I can only speak about the United States because that's where we reside. But other people that live in Europe and Russia and China and Italy, et cetera, have very similar to what we're dealing with here in the United States, with authority believing they have the right to have us all live a certain way or believe a certain way. And humanity, or the people in those regions, are saying, excuse me, I don't think so. That doesn't work for me, to have you control my life and to have you tell me how I'm supposed to believe, how I'm supposed to think, how I'm supposed to adhere to your rules, regulations, etc. So people are, to use it very simply, opening up to the more of how they choose to live their life in peace and harmony and joy. I mean, that's all of our goals, right? To live in peace and harmony with each other. That's not happening. So now that people are opening up en masse in all these different countries and all these different areas of the world, people are raising up, standing up, speaking up, and saying, no, this is not how I choose to live. I choose to live in peace and harmony and joy. You're not allowing me to do that. So we're going to have a conversation about this and possibly change it. So now Golden Arrow, to get to your actual question, now Golden Arrow et al. Are now working with those individuals who have opened their thoughts and minds and spirituality to see the more of how they desire and choose to live on this planet with each other. Now Golden Arrow is saying it is time to take responsibility for how you are choosing your life experiences, how you're choosing to speak, how you're choosing to live, how you're choosing to interact with other people, knowing that everything around you is just a mirror of how you're thinking and believing about yourself. Taking responsibility is our next big doorway and our next big step into growth and becoming more and awareness of where we are in this moment of now. It's huge because none of us take, and I'm in there with you all, none of us are taking full and total responsibility for what we're seeing out there and how we are acting and reacting to it. We're not taking responsibility of, I'm seeing it this way because this is what is within me that I am choosing and not wanting to look at because it's so painful. So Golden Arrow is now working with people, humanity, to look at the 0 to 7, the CD-ROM that we all made from 0 to 7, and how we are living our life experience from that CD-ROM. Now Golden Arrow is saying, let's get to the CD-ROM and really look at the woundedness or the emotions that are attached to that, releasing it to become more. And then what we see out there is who we are in here. And that creates the peace and the harmony and the joy. So taking responsibility, I'm going to put that in quotes, taking responsibility for how we see, act, react, and feel about things is all about me and what's going on inside me that is difficult for me to look at. And I'm telling you, it's not easy. It is painful. But as you do that process of seeing it and looking at it and realizing that you made it, you put it on that CD-ROM from 0 to 7 by what you were seeing around you, by what you were hearing in your environment, in your family life as you were growing up, that image that you placed on that CD-ROM, once you look at the pain that you saw and created when you were 0 to 7, once you see it, it lessens the sting that is on that CD-ROM, or lessens the emotionality that's on that CD-ROM. And each time you go there and you look at it, it's less and less and less emotions until you can look at it, talk about it, and there's no emotion attached at all. It's just, oh, that was so interesting that I set that up for myself.
We are in a moment where, in the way I get information too, yours, mine, all of them, they're recruiting right now is what they're doing. And they're more light workers are coming to the surface. Like for instance, the level 1 energy work that we started a few weeks ago. This time around, there are 14 people in that class.
Awesome.
So people are coming forward. And when you were talking about the harmonic convergence of the 70s, we have something going on right now that's similar in this shift into what we call from 3D to 5D, living in a more fifth dimensional experience, just vibrating at a higher level, aware of what's going on in the world, but seeing everything differently and experiencing it differently.
Can I say something here? That shift from 3-dimensional to 5th dimension is not going to be a jolt. Golden Arrow, because I've questioned them about this myself, it's happening right now.
Yes.
It's gradual to the degree that we all are just going to notice, oh, I'm seeing this differently. I'm different. I feel different. People have thought that it's going to be going somewhere, doing something in particular. That's not it at all. We're not going anywhere. We're right here where we're supposed to be, having the experience that we're choosing to have.
Right.
But the movement into, or the elevation into the 5th dimension is going on not only on our planet, but that expansion that we call 3-dimensional or 5th dimensional or 7th dimensional or 9th dimensional, like you use in your crystal layouts, Nick. This is how I relate to it when I hear you going out in all the different dimensions that you take people out to when you're doing your healing work. The crystal layout is what I relate to the most because I've had that the most with you. But the dimensional levels are not only happening here on the Earth planet, those levels are expanding exponentially in all the other realms of reality. We're just a little mirror of what's going on out there. And it's huge. The amount of growth that's happening everywhere is monumental.
But in reality, too, the thing that's already going on is that people are recognizing that all of a sudden, and this is an example of the separation of third and fifth dimension, that the people that are not accelerating into fifth dimension, there's a separation of people, and people are realizing, oh, I don't talk to so-and-so anymore. I don't hear from them. And it's not arguments or fights. It's a separation of existence. It's a separation of consciousness, the level of consciousness. Yes. And people go at their own pace. Like, for instance, this is a funny analogy because you use the car. Here's an airplane analogy. When an airplane takes off, it's not at 42,000 feet yet, okay? As soon as the wheels are off the ground and the plane is moving, the plane is flying, even though the wheels may be this far off the ground, okay? But the plane is flying. And so people have to fly at the level that they can, the comfort level that they are. You're not going to go like a rocket straight up. It is a gradual increase, and people will continue to move at whatever that comfort level is as they progress. And go ahead.
And then they hit turbulence and they go down a little bit. Then
right.
They have to pick it back up.
Right, exactly. So,
and it's that turbulence, Audrey, that you speak about, which is where the growth lies.
Yep.
It's the turbulence or the contrast that is the gift. Even though it's painful and it's emotionally painful, once we start looking at the contrast and the challenges that we create for ourselves, first of all, we do it all. We create it all. We'd like to blame it on others, but that's not so. We do it all. We see it the way that we see it, and we take it in the way that we take it in. And therein lies the emotions that are going to be attached to it. But as we acknowledge that it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, and have the contrast, once we really get that, and it takes some time, age-wise, maturity-wise, I want to say maturity, but there are 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds that are amazing and beyond their
sure.
Spiritual. They come in spiritual beings, really grounded in their belief systems, and the turbulence that we all. The age that we are, the turbulence that we say is turbulence, it's not a big deal to them. They just keep on flying, and okay, they got a little dip, but they're still going, and then a little dip. It's not like us who flying along and it's like crash and burn.
Right.
Back up again.
But I think you do get to a point, because you and I are age contemporary, so to speak. I think because of the experience that's attached to wisdom, we still go, well, all right, turbulence. I don't like it, but it's turbulence. Okay, let's go. Anyway, I'm looking at the clock. It's 6:41. So using the plane analogy, I think I'm going to turn everything over to the co-pilot and let her fly the show. And you and I are going to check out Alexandra, and I'll see you on the other side.
Okay, you guys, while they're clicking in, I just want to say that thing about the plane analogy, if everybody could just get, when you're in the turbulence, it's like there's this moment, and when you get that it's an opportunity to catch the updraft, then look for the turbulence and understand that it's a tool to use.
In the box, yes.
We are in the box.
There is quite the, how you say, the buzz.
There is
happening.
a buzz.
This environment is rich in spirit. Many here, yes.
Yes, we have a lot of guests, and we have one of your contemporaries.
Golden Arrow
Yes.
is here.
All right. Well, greetings to you. Greetings to you indeed.
Golden Arrow.
Hello, Merlin.
Good to be with you, Golden Arrow.
Absolutely for us as well. Yes.
There is much to tell these humans. They must learn to unrecognize fear. In this time on your earth, so much is being said about the dangers of life and what is going wrong, but there is not enough attention to what is right. When humans learn
Absolutely.
to push away fear that it is not necessary, they shall accelerate into consciousness as they never have.
That consciousness, as you speak about, is always there because you're firstly a soul having a human experience. So the soul resides within and holds within it all that experiences that you have had from lifetime to lifetime. So it is very important, yes, to acknowledge, to appreciate the not only challenges, but the obstacles that you create for yourself, to appreciate that, because therein lies the growth, and that is the only reason why you are having an earthly experience on the planet, yes?
Yes. And humans must learn to unindoctrinate their fear of non-physicals. Humans truly recognize the importance of non-physicals as it relates to them in physical, for they are a non-physical before being a physical. And therefore, humans truly have nothing to fear when spirit speaks. They are not being, how you say, haunted. They are simply being an audience for what they need to hear for their betterment. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And also using the earth realm as a guide to understanding what it is that you all humans set up for yourselves to grow and to become more. It is really right on purpose and right action that you are here experiencing what you're experiencing. Now, the caveat to that is that taking responsibility for what you are creating, whether it is enjoyable or not enjoyable, taking responsibility for the fact that you are creating this experience, and you are creating it as a gift to yourself to become more. Yes?
Exactly. Humans at this time, they must recognize their mentality around expectation. And that is a very subtle thought or feeling before it is attached to intention. But humans must check themselves as to what they expect before the mindset attached to expectation begins the process of creativity. And as soon as your mind, how you say, your cells activate with a thought and a feeling, creativity, as in the origination of the universe, is set in motion. There are aspects to your lives, dear ones, that are forming now that you thought of and expected truly in your past. And now when you marvel at, oh yes, I thought of that at some time ago. You are thinking and feeling and expecting. When humans learn to focus on their expectation, to expect wondrous things, in their bounty, they shall improve their lives greatly. Yes?
And intention and declaration of intention is what is important for humanity to practice, to make a statement. This is we intend that this is to be so, and then allow that to manifest, allow that vibration to catch up, so to speak, with the intention that you have to experience it. As you say, from lifetime to lifetime, Merlin, having thoughts about what you desire to create. Well, you create it in the moment of now when it comes to you in your mind to create this, and you go about creating it and manifesting it by stating an intention to your brain that this is what you're going to do.
Truly. And you humans, you have funny sayings that you have invented through your time on this planet, as if you say you are unintentional or flying by the seat of your pants. We find that humorous. It's a vision that does not make sense, but you use it when you are unintentional. Allow yourselves to know who you are, and when you know who you are, you will know what you want. Yes.
Exactly. It is a practice, yes? It is an intentional practice to state an intention and then to know that it is so and to watch it manifest through the vibrational field of what you intended.
You humans, you do not always recognize it, but you come from this soul into this physical embodiment with purpose. And when you allow yourself to reach into that purpose, you will know yourself and you will know your works, and you shall follow that path, straight and narrow. But you allow yourself to be affected by the words of others that are seen as well-meaning, but others have their best interests in mind, and therefore you have a tendency, without intention, to take misdirection and then blame others for it was their idea. Humans, you know yourselves better than anyone else. Follow your purpose. That is your true path. Yes.
Absolutely.
I think that there's a lot of people who, unfortunately, in our society, it's been where people are directed towards looking at the problems.
Dear one, regarding that, when humans watch the box for information, they are continually shown death and destruction, which keeps them frozen where they sit. They are not shown the beauty of your earth so they may venture about and see that beauty. There is not strife on your planet, on every inch of it. There are wondrous things. There is goodness in many places on your planet. Humans must allow themselves to venture again and see those places.
Absolutely. And what we would also say is that it is important and it would do well for all of humanity on the planet not to watch the newscast, so to speak. We call it a newscast, but it is just a newscast is just an opinion of what someone has that they need to embellish to create emotionality for a drama, as you call it on the planet. It is created on purpose. So why is it that you, all of humanity, need to bring that into your life experience unless you want to look at it from a metaphysical point of view, which you can do, and see where all of humanity is creating the opposite of what it is that they truly do desire, which is peace, harmony, and joy. And humanity can indeed watch that on the television, so to speak, or the news, so to speak, and shift their own thought about it and see the truth of it, that it is just a movie. It is just someone's opinion or belief about what is going on, and it doesn't have to be your reality at all.
Right.
Humans, it is time to ready yourself for good things, for wondrous things. Remove your attention from what is being thrown at you that is determined to be bad or fearful or unhealthy. You have a mind and the ability to make choices, but your world is changing, and it is changing for goodness. There are wondrous things that are in motion as we speak, and you must allow yourself to be in that place of expectation of the good, not the anticipation of what you perceive to go wrong next. The world is turning, and it is turning for the better, and it is a time where the ill, so to speak, is being weeded out. There are individuals that are being removed, and there is great confusion at this time and an uncertainty of what to believe and who to believe. When you remove the fear from your mind and allow your heart to sing, you will know the truth within. And the truth is love, and love is returning to your world.
Absolutely. A good practice for humanity, for all of you, is meditation, quieting the mind so that other thoughts do not enter in. And when you do quiet your mind and you are in that no thought place, you will see what truly is the truth on your planet, what is happening, what is transpiring, what is coming to the planet in the healing process. As you individuals hold the space of love for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with you, then in holding that space of love, that affects all of humanity, and that accelerates that new thought and that growth.
Humans at this time are asking if there is a great battle about to occur that is one of, how you say, the end-all be-all. This is not the intention for mankind to create destruction across the planet, or how you say, Armageddon. It is quite the opposite. There is harmony that is returning to your world. Do not fear great destruction. That is meant to keep you in place.
Keep you in fear, yes.
I think you're looking at the things that are happening off the coast of Florida, the submarines there and things like that. That is, I don't think, going to be what people are putting it out to be. So
There are what does not make sense to the human mind, manipulated agreements between nations to create optics, to intimidate,
Yes.
and to create what humans call a smokescreen, to divert attention from this event to this event.
Yep.
It is
Exactly.
a form of, how you say, dark magic, illusion.
Yeah.
The great white magic sees through this and knows that there are individuals on your planet who mean to be greedy or to lord over the masses. this shall not be the result.
That is the whole purpose of contrast, yet to see what it is that you do not prefer and to shift the thought about that into what you do prefer, which is peace and harmony and joy. The contrast is very important for you to not only take a look at, but to take responsibility for the contrast, because the contrast is what creates the more of peace and harmony and joy. When you know for sure that that is not what you desire, and this is what you do desire in peace and harmony and joy and love, that is then what you will create. So it's just a matter of choice. Once you have the contrast, then you choose what you prefer.
I hate to say this, but I'm looking at the time. I think we have 2 minutes.
Like we need to leave the body, yes?
Yes.
Shall return the vehicle.
But they will be at our place on Saturday, and you will be able to Zoom in or be in person. And tomorrow night, Golden Arrow, Alexandria, they're going to be on my podcast, Conscious Mind Tripping. It'll be at 7 tomorrow rather than 6. So there'll be more conversation with Alexandra and Golden Arrow tomorrow night. Love to have you guys join us on Saturday.
I'll
Those
watch.
days are always so much fun. Thank you.
I'll watch. Alexandra, thank you. And thank you, Golden Arrow. I have no idea what happened, but it had to be good.
Always good. Always.
So, yes, tune in tomorrow
Thank you
night.
for having me.
Yes, definitely. Yes, tune in tomorrow night, Conscious Mind Tripping with Audrey and Alexandra and Golden Arrow. And there are seats available this Saturday, June 22nd at the Newmont Center. As we said, $100 at the door, $85 on Zoom. We'd love to have you. And on Zoom, there's unlimited seating, right? So tell
Have
your
a party
friends,
at
tell
your
the world.
house.
Right, exactly. So we're going to get ready to sign off. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank you,
Thank you
Alexandra.
that typed in comments. We really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing, well, first of all, without Golden Arrow, just look forward to seeing Alexandra in the flesh on Saturday. It's always fun. And Audrey, thank you for coming in and
My
hosting,
pleasure.
co-piloting the plane. Appreciate that.
Zoom.
And I will be back on next Tuesday with a guest, 6 o'clock as usual. Come see us for the full moon celebration on Friday night, if you will. And of course, you can go into our Facebook pages if you like more information. The phone number at the center is 818-865-8770. Audrey is anewmont@gmail.com, nnewmont@gmail.com. There's so many ways to find us, but for now, we're going to say goodnight and see you soon. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. See you next time. Good night, everyone.
Good night.